I am running out of clever ways to start this. How many times can one person say, my God, what the heck did I just watch? Because we thought, there's an overarching story apparently in this whole show that started in episode 1. Then you had a trial. Then you had girls learning to fight. Then you had, for a brief moment, a return to, I guess, episode 1 storyline. And, I don't know what's going on anymore. This is episode 4. I didn't know this episode came out, well, at the same time as episode 3. So you're seeing this a day later than when it actually came out. I'm running out of words. And I guess I don't even know how to do this episode. Because it starts with Mindy saying that how she was never as popular as everybody else. Never quite fit in. And she was fine with that. I guess the town's celebrating being murder-free for 2 weeks. This literally came out of nowhere. I don't know why they're doing this thing. I guess for a joke because, you see the hot girls here. They push over Mindy. Then you have random other girl come up and say, help, there's been another murder that killed the girl the same way the other 2 girls are. So we have another murder. Please, somebody tell me what the overarching story is. Are we finding Mindy's mom? Are we solving murders? What? Because I don't know anymore. And this episode doesn't deal with the murderer. Well, it kind of does. And the plot B. Well, no, there's plot B and there's plot C, which you could have multiple plots going on in a show at once, but they have to be freaking consistent. You have to know what the heck's going on in any of the plots. So everybody freaks out because there's another murder, and yeah. So we get to a town hall meeting, I guess, where the mayor says good news. Because good news and bad news. Bad news is there's a murderer. Good news is, they say the good news first. Good news is because there's another murder and Fred or Glenn or whoever the human person is that voices him is behind bars, he's now free. Bad news is the murderer is only targeting hot girls. And yeah, the bad news is the murderer is only targeting hot girls. And here's a look. You got Krista. You had Lola, who I don't know who the heck Lola was. And then you have Brenda. The only targeting hot girls. Then you get, I kid you not, random military dude stands up. And don't know who the dude is until towards the end of his whole discussion, but you see it right here. Oh, very, very smart. We infer that this is Gigi's father. Well, who's Gigi? Gigi's the girl who's rumored to be Scooby with an I. My God. I don't know half these characters' names. I guess I learned more names today. Not really. But he comes up and says, oh my God, life is even going to be harder for more hot girls like my Gigi now. And you get Gigi here saying, oh, thank you, Dad, thank you. Well, no. The plan that the town has is to rate the 5 hottest girls and give them police escorts. And they're going to be calling it the Hope Foundation, which stands for, as you can see on your screens, Hotties Only, Puke Faces Excluded. Okay. Well, Mindy takes umbrage with this and says, oh, Jesus, my God. Are we really going to let a bunch of middle-aged white dudes rate us women? And make a list of who's the hottest women? Oh my God, I'm slowly dying inside. The mayor then tells Mindy that if she doesn't like the idea of guys rating women, then she can. And her response is she would rather puke. But she would rather die than... No, she would rather die than make a list. And everybody freaks out because she says the words die. The thing ends, and Mindy and Constance hug, and then, you get the gaze when Mindy then... Constance pulls away from Mindy and says, nope, we're just friends. Yada, yada, yada. In the end, Mindy agrees to make the list. I don't know how to talk about this, because stuff. This is all this show is stuff. Stuff happens. Stuff. My God, I'm running out of words to say garbage. I'm running out of the words to say total dog water, dog trash. I can't cuss yet because it's only 7 minutes in. I have to wait 8 minutes. It's just stuff. Well, Mindy agrees to do it. Then you have a hot blonde girl with pointy upward nose come out and say, well, you better be safe in making this list, because girls will do anything to make that hot girl list. And then we get a bunch of high school aged girls who are roughly 15, looking uber attractive and sexual, and I don't like it. I'm a guy who's into anime and stuff, and this is even creeping me out. Well, I don't know when Mindy says it exactly. I don't remember where she says it exactly. I don't remember if it was when she was finally agreed to make the hot girl list, or if it's later. It's later. Okay, yes, it's later. The words patriarchy, male gaze, and all the buzzwords come out for uber feminism. And at the same time, as they play up the uber feminism, they also bring in slut shaming, being hot. They bring in every angle of this whole... of this whole debacle. You then get girls acting hot to be hot and everything to make the list. Gigi does uber creepy stuff. Like, this is creepy. You get other random... Again, these are high school age girls. Random girl here decides to pole dance on the end goal. On the field goal, not end goal. And because she pole dances, my God, this is creepy. The pole falls down and hurts all the members of the band team while they were practicing. We then cut into the band room, magically, mind you, where Mindy is complaining about have to make this hot girl list, but she's happy because, oddly enough, even though all the girls want to be on the hot girl list, none of them will go into the band room. You get Sam here, who I know it's Norville in the show, but it's Sam. I don't care what the dude's last name is. That's all I'm calling him. I'm calling them by their actors' names. I'm no longer calling them by their show names. They don't deserve those names. Basically, trying to say this so precisely because it's so stupid. Mindy can't rate the hot girls because she only sees Constance Wu, who's Daphne, as the hottest girl ever, and all the other girls look like potatoes. Sam infers that means because Mindy is out of the closet. Mindy says no because she hasn't come out as gay yet. My God, this is actually what happened. You then have Sam try to figure out why she's into both Constance as well and Fred as well. Like, why is she sexually attracted to both of them? And if she could please tell him what it is so that he basically trying to figure out how he can mimic it. I don't know how this part started. I don't remember how this started. I think it was Sam saying it's not the worst job in the world to rate sexy girls or hot girls or whatever. When Mindy Kaling goes on a entire, let's see, let's try to count this, shall we? 6:04 to about a 30-second rant. 30 seconds, not too terribly wrong, whatever. A 30-second rant about feminism, about how at a young age all kids know how to draw a wiener, but if you draw a wagyu, you're a bad person. You can't talk about it. How we live in a patriarchal society where men judge beauty standards. I kid you not. I kid you not that she goes on a 30-second rant about this. And how she doesn't want to rate women the way men do. And how it is patriarchal and bad. And we need to focus on inner beauty. Oh, Jesus Christ. What did I get myself into? I know what I got myself into. Anyways, as I continue on my descent into the madness and understanding why Fred, not Fred, as has gone slowly insane. Sam offers to help, but he says his hot girl list won't help because, well, if I can get it, it is nothing more than Velma on his hot girl list. So he says, we will now go, you should go to the number one person who is skilled enough to judge all women in this vain way that you portray, essentially, in this hot girl system. Newsflash, girls are hot. Some girls are hotter than others. Not the end of the world. Anyways. So guess who they get? Guess who they get? We get Glenn, who is Fred coming out of prison, where as he's coming out, he has, these marks on his face. He looks all big and tough. And then his mom comes by, wipes it off, and he says, "Ma'am, not in front of my gang." And you get the gang people here making fun of him. And I stopped it in time. Thank God. Oh my God. I hate this show. But it does good. So okay, so cut over to Spooners, apparently, which Spooners, you remember Spooners, right? You remember Spooners. It was the diner from episode 1. 4 episodes in, we returned to Spooners. Wow. At least I'm happy to know this show's now 5 weeks long versus the original 10 weeks that I was afraid of, or 9. Anyways, Mindy asks Fred to kindly rate all the hot girls because she can't. And Fred, well, Glenn, whatever you want to call him, kindly agrees. He opens up a yearbook goes all super magic mathematician, judging all girls, using these, acting all smart, and picks all 5 girls perfectly and gives it to Mindy. You know, you get this weird, disturbing moment where he's just like god level at this. And he chooses blonde girl, Gigi, Daphne, random, I can't get it, other random girl, and then this girl. And when Mindy points out this girl, she says, what is it? Is it inner beauty or what? And he says, no, it's inner can size. No, it's outer can size because she has a big rack. And because of this, I kid you not, because of this, because of his ability to assist her in judging all the girls and rating which ones are hotter than the others, she gives him a feminist book called The Mystique of Woman, which does play a part in this story. And, of course, Glenn, being stupid, reads, Mystique of Woman, is this judging whether or not Jennifer Lawrence, who is the creator of everything and the first one to do anything, is first one to solve Scooby-Doo's mysteries, by the way. If this is a book judging which one, if it's Jennifer Lawrence or somebody else, which one is hotter? And how would they be able to do it in 400 pages? Yeah. We cut to Constance Wu, who, by the way, I forgot about this. She finally has enough money to track down, hire a private investigator to track down her parents. Well, her birth parents. And, my God, the person she calls just hangs up on him. Constance tries to leave the house, finds out that her moms have decided to lock her in because they believe their daughter is one of the hottest people in town. Honestly, everybody thinks that. So they must lock her in, and we get a moment where Constance Wu says, again, remember, Mindy Kaling's apparently right-wing. Constance Wu says you can't just lock up innocent people. Her mom say, we're cops. Have you met us? They then slam the door and then throw Sam Worthing, I don't freaking know, this dude in. And he's there he lies to Constance to say, I'm writing a paper for the school on what makes girls hot. And in reality, he is just trying to figure out the inner workings of Daphne Constance, to figure out why Mindy has a crush on her and likes her so much. So he's just writing down in this thing, like dumb, egotistical, whatever. Rock gets thrown through the window. Constance Wu rushes to the window to yell, you know how much a pain it is to vacuum that up. Then sees that nobody's in the, nobody's there. Then she says, oh my God, somebody randomly threw rock. I guess I didn't see this earlier. They're traveling via I didn't notice a lot of stuff, I guess. Manhole cover is open, I guess. Okay. Well, in that moment, Sam picks up the rock that was thrown through the thing and figures out it was a geode. Must be from Crystal Cove's mines, where there's the largest geode deposit ever. And Mindy not Mindy, this is Constance, not Mindy. Jeez, I get these people mixed up because I don't like them. Constance responds, Crystal Cove's mine, is that where all the seagull vomit and condoms go? Yes. Oh, crass. That's the other thing. So, Cut back to Mindy, turning in the hot girl list to the mayor and the sheriff. And they respond with, "Ooh, yes, hot girls." And Mindy's like, "Oh, I can't believe I'm giving this stuff to the patriarchal men that are judging girls by hotness." The sheriff says, "Well, you won't know anything about hot because you're safe because you're not that hot. You're an uggo." So the mayor has another idea versus his original idea of hiring private details. His new idea is to Ugify all the hot girls. Make them just like Mindy. And Mindy likes that idea. So the girls come over. We see them all, and honestly, my God, what am I doing anymore? So Mindy sits them down, says, "I kid you not, we are going to work out the male gaze. We are going to make you inner beauty shine. We will connect you again with your goddess," doing all the feminist phrases. And the hot girls aren't really into it, but Mindy convinces them to. And says that they basically have no choice. Oh, one of the other things was they wanted to know where Constance was. Mindy responds with, "Constance isn't there because she is Rapunzeled by her mom and her moms." We then cut back to Constance, who again is just next door. Oh, excuse me. Oh, wait. I also forgot this. So they don't know what to do without Constance. I forgot this. I kid you not. Because Constance is the brainchild of all of them, and they copy everything Constance wants them to copy. So because of that, Mindy says that's the best part about being ugly. You don't have to rely on anybody else but yourself. Fascinating. So now we cut next door. Parents leave. Sam and Constance are now heading to the Crystal Cove Museum to learn more about the stuff and to figure out more about the parent. It's so stupid. We then get back to Glenn, who has just finished the feminist book, so oddly enough, he can read a book. I mean, the show says he's the dumbest thing ever, so I'm shocked he can actually read. Anyways, he is mad because it didn't solve the question he wanted. And as he's walking away, he sees a very attractive girl, starts thinking, "Ooh, nice," and then randomly spots an older woman doing her own thing, being her own, creating her own beauty and stuff, and he thinks, "Oh my God, she's the hottest ever," blames the book and realizes Mindy Kaling has caused this, and freaks out. We never go back to that. We then get a montage of Mindy explaining to the girls how to look ugly, and it's so stupid. I kind of blocked this part out. No matter what Mindy gave them, they found a way to make it more attractive. I'm too scared to show this part because Mindy draws a Vagu. Two of the girls blush. One of the girls draws a taco, and the other, Gigi, paints a perfect picture of flowers. Ah, I get it now. I don't care. She then, this is a creepy part. She forces them all to shower together. As they come out of the shower, the blonde one with perky nose reaches for the hairdryer. Mindy responds with, "No, not that." They ask, "Then what will we use to do our hair?" And she says, "Messy bun or cut it off." Wet bun or cut it off. We then get to see them all ugified. And that's what she did. I view this as a crime against humanity. Even though these are 15-year-old kids, that it is super freaking disturbing. Ugifying people is wrong. Inner beauty. Yay. We then get blonde girl sneaking off to the bathroom because she wants to put lipstick on to look beautiful because she's not into this. Secret. Spoiler alert. None of them are. My God, I'm only halfway through this episode. I'm gonna start bolting through this. Sam and Constance go to the Crystal Cove mine where Sam explains the history of Crystal Cove, which I am not going to do because it is just an exposition dump. Randomly, though, they get to a point, and again, I have to be very careful here because very sexually explicit. They find a picture that Constance recognizes and thinks she has seen back when she was a baby. I kid you not, that is the exact words that came out of her. Sam says, "That's not crazy. I remember breastfeeding, although I did it till I was 5. From there, Constance says, "We will now be going over to the mines," because she remembers something. We then get back to Mindy Kaling with presenting the now Ugified girls to the mayor when they used to look like this, and now they look like, shocker, they're still hot. God, it's so creepy having to call these girls who are ranging from 15 to 18, 14, whatever, high school age girls, having to say they're hot. That is the creepiest thing that I've had to say this entire freaking time. And I don't like it. They come up saying, all you've been doing is slut shaming. We want to look pretty. We don't want to look ugly like you. And you need to know how to be yourself. You need to know that we're okay with being ourselves. And one of the girls, they say they want the private detail and no uggos, hunks. Everybody agree? Yeah, that's it. Cut to Mindy. And I getting ready for school the next day, I guess. I don't know. Time in the show makes no sense. As she's getting ready for school, she decides she's going to make herself up and make herself not attractive, like uber not attractive. Girlfriend drives Mindy to school, asks why is she dressed the way she is, and we see this. Mindy's response to dressing like this is because she wants to say that she's perfectly fine with everybody being happy the way they want to dress and looking perfectly awesome. And she's happy with it, even as she dresses as something creepy and weird. Girlfriend goes into labor. Mindy says, are you actually having a baby, or is that society telling you, hey, you're having a baby, even though it's pretty obvious she's having a baby? Ha ha ha, laugh. Can't get the ambulance because they're in the carpool lane and they're trapped. Mindy hops out of the car, starts running towards the hot girls. Sheriff thinks she's the murderer, threatens to tase her, and she says, no, it's me, it's Mindy. I wish he would have just tased her and ended it there. She tells them that Sheriff needs to get everybody out of the way because they have a baby coming. He gets on the mic to say, hey, there's a baby coming. And everybody crowds her, including him, because the miracle of birth is about to happen. Mindy then tells all the hot girls that they need to kindly I kid you not. We went through this whole thing of ugifying and being feminist and uber feminist rants and patriarchy and things of that nature, to Mindy Kaling then saying, you need to use your sexiness to distract everybody. Use all the power you have. Shake those booties the way you want, and so on and so forth. Literally trying to get them to sexually exploit themselves. I don't know what this show's doing anymore. I don't. The girls say no. Mindy says, fine, she'll do it. And she tries and epically fails. So then they say, hey, you just need to be happy with yourself and everything you are. And Mindy recognizes, hey, I'm not a pretty girl. I'm an ugly girl who I'm an ugly, sassy girl, and you guys are hot, sexy girls. So now we need to use our power to save the day and make sure the baby can come birth. I'm starting to sound stupid because this is what the show is. It's so stuff. Sexy girl do alluring dance where, oh, I'm just skipping ahead of that because it gets creepier the more you recognize that they're just high school aged. Like they do uber sexualized dancing. Getting all the all the people that are attracted to that to walk away. Then Mindy simultaneously is just throwing people out of the way with her gruff strength, and you get a shot of Glenn, Fred, whatever you want to call him, recognizing that Mindy's hot and beautiful and brilliant, and her inner beauty is amazing, and oh my god. So equaling, Fred's now attracted, or Glenn, Fred, whatever the hell you want to call him, moron in the show, is now attracted to Mindy. We're now over at the Crystal Cove Mines, by the way, where... Oh my god. They say stuff that shows them that they hate the project that it comes from. Constance wants to go into the abandoned mines and the abandoned amusement park to find the scene of the picture. Sam says no. Norval, Shaggy, whatever. And Constance pleads with him to please do it. Sam responds with, no, I'm too scared to do this. Why are you wanting to do this? And Constance responds with, in reality, she's always been into danger and doing dangerous, scary stuff. And we get the same cut back from the beginning where she's doing a bunch of very scary stuff with ends with her rewriting history, because this never happened before and she never said sorry, where she throws a switchblade up against one of the girls' knives and begs her to apologize. Constance then says, you know what, I'm into danger and stuff like that. Sam responds with, I'm not. I guess Mindy will always be yours. I'm not into that stuff. I'm nothing more than a scaredy cat and a wimp, and I'm not going to go in. Constance says, oh, come on. I don't want to go in there by myself. What if there's something scary in there? And Sam responds with, nothing in life will ever get me to go into an abandoned amusement park. You know, lines that would actually be fun if this was an original show with our original characters, but they're not, so they're cheap lines that do nothing but to say, hey, look. They're still the characters you know and love. You see, Sam's a scaredy cat, no, like Shaggy is, but that's not Shaggy. They then leave, and you get mysterious hand inside the amusement park laughing. We're now at the at the hospital where new half sister is born, and they're all happy and, oh yay baby. And girlfriend says, I hope my daughter is as cool as you, as attractive as you are someday on the inside. Yeah, that's what happened. We then get the butt shaking scene where Mindy falls into the mirror, breaks it, and says, no, not for her. She then gets, and I'm not pulling this up because, again, these are 15-year-old characters, thank you very much. You can see enough of it on screen. Fred sends her attractive picture and then is outside where he pleads with her and says, I want to do stuff with you. Please come with me and do it. Mindy does the brain math stuff and says no. She's now very disgusted by him. Glenn says, oh my god, you can't be serious. I'm rich. And Mindy responds with, so what? I'm keeping the picture, though, for long plane rides. We then get set up for next episode, for episode 5, where Gigi and Sam fall in love and are gonna go on a date with each other because Gigi has changed her whole appearance because Velma says you need to look comfortable in with yourself, and Gigi has changed to look completely different. So yay, show's over. Show finally freaking over. I am so freaking glad this show's over. I'm so glad. This is just an awful show. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. Only reason I'm watching it is because I get to make content with it, and content is good. This show's so awful. I don't know what was supposed to happen this episode. It was filled with the whole patriarchy, male gaze, sexism, bad men, the inner beauty, feminism, and at the same time, slut shaming, to look the way we want to look, be hot, whatever. It's just stuff. It's literally stuff. And then the one line that would have worked if they were staying more true to the characters and more accurate and had Scooby and all that, you know the characters we want. When Sam's talking about, who's Norville again, talking about how he's too scared to go inside. That would have been fun if these were the characters we knew and love. But they're not. Everybody wants to bone Mindy. But Mindy only has the hots now for Constance. I don't know what's happening anymore. All that being said, guys, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share it out with your friends, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.